Hello everybody, welcome to another Peteman Reviews. Today we have the third-party robots by Unique Toys, Sharpclaw. As you can see, Sharpclaw is obviously a remake of Razorclaw. And here he is in his tiger mode, or his lion mode. As you can see, it's incredibly detailed. Mouth does move like that. You have the huge guns that Razorclaw has, as well as the good detailing from behind. As a robot, as a lion, Razorclaw is a really good toy. You've got full range of movement. You can see his legs move, his feet here go up and they go down. Same here, these ones even swivel round as well. So you can have him in jumping mode as well, ready to pounce. The guns do rotate up and down as well, as you can see. Or you can have him just in full mode. You can actually have it so that he's sitting down as well. So as you can see, that's a real good range of movement from there. Size wise, compared with the Generation 1 version of Prowl and the Generation 1 re-release of Thundercracker, Razorclaw is quite a big robot. Even in Panther mode or in Lion mode, he absolutely, he would dwarf those guys. I mean, just look at the size of his mouth; is larger than their heads. Maybe that's accurate. I don't know, but it does seem a little bit overkill. That said, you're not going to complain. Razorclaw is meant to be a powerful transformer, and he certainly does show it with there. Now, Unique Toys are a little bit tricky to change, some of these guys. What we'll do is we'll transform him into his robot mode, and from there we'll also just change him to the start of his Predaking mode as well. If you've seen the review of Predaking, you noticed I had a little bit of difficulty taking off these accessories for him, so I'll just show you how to put them on and take them off again as well. Razorclaw also comes with a sword, as his mode as well. He also comes with the Predaking weapons and accessories too, which you've seen with the gigantic wingspan as well as the huge Predaking sword and head. But we're just focusing on Razorclaw for this. So to change him, first of all you just need to take his guns out. You don't have to, but I find it a bit easier to manoeuvre him around. So these just simply, they slot into the sockets here. You notice these are the same sockets they use for the Predaking joints. Same thing on here. Slop out like that. So his tail's probably the easy bit because that's a little bit on the flimsy side. Just flex up and round like that. As you can see, it even breaks off. It's not a problem if it does, because as you can see, it's just got little parts there which then slot into the gap like so, and it's back on. That is perhaps one of the big benefits of the Unique Toys robots, is they are mainly ball and socket, and they are a lot easier to change. So anyway, onto his legs. So as you can see, we need to open this like this, open that like that, and it's got one of those really irritating connections here, where the leg rises up. It's quite easy to rise up, but I find them quite tricky to get back down again. So luckily we go into the robot mode, which helps. This flops over like that, and that just stows away in there. So you need to have it nice and flat like that. You then got a double door here. Flip out like that. That goes round, and that goes round. It should make a nice clicking sound, and that means it's in place. Same with this leg as well. That comes up. That goes up like that. You then slot that in again, so it's nice and straight like that. This is a double gate, open, round, round, and there we are. That's the legs in place. Now the feet, there's 1 foot there, 1 foot there. We've now got him in his feet. As you can see down the bottom here, these are the connections for the Predaking joint again. So if this part comes out, you don't need that out, so if that does, you just slot it back in. Now, you want to swivel it round so his legs feet are this way, as this is going to be the robot size. Arms, if they're in like that, you just pull them out. We'll transform them in a second. Actually, do it now. So what you need to do is you need to get the claws away, and you can just see the hand in there. So this slides up, and then you just need to rotate. So when that slides back in, you've got his hand, and the claws just goes back like that. Same deal on this side. Same deal on this side. It can be a little bit of a tight joint. I guess that's probably a good thing. So out again, and that goes flipped round, so that when it goes back in, if you can figure out how it goes back in, you've got the hand out like that. This can then just rotate and slot under there. And that's the arms done. Obviously you're now facing the wrong way, but this is a rotating joint there. That's a rotating joint too, so now the right way. Head flips down. You can see there's a nice slot here, or you might not be able to see there. There's a slot here for that to go into place, and there we are. Now for his head, which is down in here. This is where you would normally attach Predaking's head on. So what we obviously now need to do is undo it. So that just pops out like that, makes a clicking noise. You can see there's the head inside, rotates up, back in, and it should click back in, or rather snap back in. Arms go back in. You can leave them out, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. It depends on what kind of flexibility you want with your toy. I actually think his legs should be that way round, so that just looks a bit better. Again, that goes down. And there we have your Razorclaw. Seems a little bit front heavy to me. So there we are. And he is a bit front heavy. Obviously he's got the massive bit there. This is a ratchet joint here. You can hear it click into place, which is good when you're dealing with something this heavy or this large. It's not a heavy toy, but because of the amount of weight of the head, it does make him a little bit overbalanced. So what you want to try and do is almost ratchet him so he's almost going back a bit. It looks like he's walking, but actually that's a good pose. He's going to get even more front heavy now because, as we all know, Razorclaw has the guns as well in there. And finally, the sword as well. And it's a big sword as well, but then again, Razorclaw did. Now this would have been the Predaking sword on the G1, and I'm quite glad it's not, because it does look good on this guy, on Razorclaw in his robot mode, but for Predaking that would have been a little bit too small. So, just need to try and get him balanced and posed. Easier said than done. As I say, it's a good toy, but because of the amount of stuff on the front, it's a little bit overbalanced, or a little bit unbalanced. You can tell this takes some time sometimes. Never mind, we're going to get there. There we are. And there we have it, Razorclaw. So he's a really good looking robot, and in terms of size, well, there isn't really much comparison at all. He's not too bad actually with Thundercracker. It's only a little bit taller, but with Prowl, his sword is taller than Prowl is. Gives you some idea of how much he dwarfs them. He is the main G1, the main combiner part of Predaking, so you would expect him to be a bit taller than some of the others. But that really is taller, which gives you some idea of just how Predaking is so large. So while we're here, just test the theory. So Razorclaw sword, that's taller than Prowl is. So pretty sharp as well. Again, for a bit of plastic, that's got quite a point to it. You wouldn't really want to have that. It does make quite good if you do decide to have them, because the sword does fit quite nicely in there, or even through there. So if you want to kill off your Prowl, there you go. You have a ready-made sword to do so. So now, having got this point, we now need to make sure that Predaking or Razorclaw goes into Predaking mode. So these flop off again. Got all that trouble of taking them off, putting them on, taking them off again. For these guns, when they go into Predaking mode, they extend out. Sometimes they extend out so much they come off. That's okay, not a problem. You just slot them back in, and there we go again. Same thing with this one. Extend it out. do tend to just go, which is why they extend. They come out occasionally. Now, on here, try and get the zoom. There we go. You see this little mark here? This needs to come out, so it's like that. See, I'll just extend it fully. That is what slots into Predaking. So they are a bit tricky. When you have them in Razorclaw mode, that needs to be in. So that's the guns for it. I'm not going to put them on because we've already seen this. So, to get him into Predaking mode, obviously his head. So you need to ratchet that out, swivel it back down, back in there. Oops. There we are. Back in. It will click. It will click. It's not going to click. Why isn't that going to click? So you've got the head like that. See, there's a little mark there, and that slots into there. There we go. First time that time. This part of the head you've done. Now this extends out. But first we need to get rid of the legs. That's not a problem with that. They don't actually stick together, so you don't have to worry about that, which is just as well because Predaking needs the maneuverability. You do, however, need to get rid of the hands. Otherwise Predaking would have lots of hands, which would look a bit silly. So out, around as we did before, but obviously what we now need to do, have the hand like that, back in. But the arm then goes back up like that, and this then slots back in like that, and in like that. So it's do the same on here. So hand out, rotate round so that disappears in there, in, snap into place. That then goes down like that. So what you want to then do is make sure that the arm just snaps up like that, and that slots into place there. He's now ready for Predaking parts. So on the manual, on the instructions as it were, it tells you that these should join together. And it tells you something like they should join together like this or something, which just doesn't work. It's not the right instructions. What you actually have to do is you take your robot, head goes up, and this is what I hadn't done before, is that goes all the way. So you see where we've extended this, that's what you need to go in there, and that slots in place like that, and the head goes down. It is a very tight fit, but it needs to be a tight fit, because I've actually got this the right way round. I've got this the wrong way round. I had a feeling I had. So on the back, these are the samurai sorts. That goes in first, so you put it like that. It then slides down, so it covers his legs. So he's got obviously bum protection, and then he's got these parts here, the bumpers. Well, not obviously. I'm sure they've got a technical term, but I'm not familiar with those. But anyway, they're the samurai parts. The rest of his samurai armour then goes on, and this is what makes it a very tight fit. That's a good thing, because you need it a tight fit, because now, see, that doesn't move at all. Obviously the arms, if they popped out, you just pop back in, head goes down. So it's tight fitting armour, but this is good because it stops your toy from accidentally moving back in. With the posability with his legs loose like this, it means Predaking has the full pose, and because he still has the joints here, he's effectively become double jointed. You could lock them off, but you know, what's wrong with having a double jointed combiner? And then obviously in here you put the other parts. So there we are. So that is now your combined central core of Predaking using Razorclaw. So that's it. That's a very cool robot. So you'll find them in the shops, the Sharpclaw. They are very expensive now. Are they worth it? Totally. But you know, don't go mad with the money for it. They are extremely good condition, and they are definitely worth it. So there we are, that's Unique Toys Sharpclaw, aka Razorclaw. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave any questions below, and please follow the links to the other videos. I will be posting the other Predacons up here, as well as the clip of Predaking as the combiner. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.